Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to see us, our story about the omni-channel strategy of A.S.Adventure. And we're going to talk about the future. The future is now. And nowhere is that more obvious than in retail. Because when we look back to the past 50 years, the past 20 years, the past 5 years in retail, we see that retail has changed from a pure bricks and mortar store environment to a more omni-channel or more customer-centric environment. And that's the strategy that we are implementing and that we are running, an omni-channel strategy, and I will explain this in my presentation. If it's getting too boring, so just put your hand up and I will go faster. I hope it won't happen. So who is this? This is the least important slide of all, but I wanted to tell you that I started working with A.S.Adventure for 4.5 years now. 4.5 years ago, I started working there. First as a bricks and mortar store manager of different A.S.Adventure stores, and then after 2 years, I got the opportunity to get in the lead of the e-commerce team. So a bit of the cherry on the cake in the omni-channel strategy, combining the bricks and mortar stores with the online business. But who are we? Who is A.S.Adventure Group? Um, as told in the introduction, in the Netherlands, A.S.Adventure Group is most known as a brand Bever, an outdoor retailer, in fact. But we are bigger than that. In total, we have more than 230 stores across Belgium, Luxembourg, France, the Netherlands, and the UK, with different concepts, with the concept Bever, but also with the concept of A.S.Adventure, which is a fashion and outdoor concept in Belgium. We've also launched a year ago Yutu and Yaya, two fashion concepts, and in the UK we are represented with Cotswold Outdoor, Cycle Surgery Runners Need, and Snow and Rock. So that's who we are, and of course based in those countries, but we are doing business across the world, in fact, also because we went online some years ago. So yes, omnichannel is a buzzword. I know that, and many retailers pretend that they are omnichannel, but I may be biased, but we pretend that we really are omnichannel, putting customer first, um, and connecting all those channels, whether it's the bricks and mortar stores, whether it's the customer care team, whether it's the online business, whether it's social media, and so on. We pretend, and we do that. We connect all those channels, and we don't want to push the customers to one channel. No, it's the customer who will decide via which channel he will interact, or via which combo of channels they will interact with us. So it's certainly possible that the customer will get his orientation online, but then go to one of our stores to get the expertise or get a one-on-one communication with a salesperson in our stores. Stores and experience stores. We want to create in our stores an experience that it's worth it to come to our stores, in fact. So not 20 years ago we were single channel, there were only stores. Then 10 years ago I think we were multi-channel, and then at the moment then we saw e-commerce still as a threat instead of an opportunity. So we went online, but all those channels were not connected with each other. But 5, 6 years ago we've started working on our omni-channel strategy, and I think that this is the way to go, how we can survive in a business, in a retail business, where competition is getting much higher. We got a lot more competition thanks to the pure players that are coming from from Germany, from the Netherlands, but also from China. So the competition is getting higher, and the customer needs and the customer habits are changing because of the emerge of e-commerce. So very important that we took some steps to become omni-channel. Why are we omni-channel? Of course, customer first. We do it for the customer. Every day I get out of my bed. It's for the customer. We go working for our customers. We love them. We adore them. So that's very important in our strategy, of course. And running and developing an omni-channel strategy isn't that easy. And that's the reason why I've put in this slide. Impossible only means that you haven't found a solution yet. Um, that's a quote I often use with my teams, because running and developing an omni-channel strategy is not that easy. There are a lot of steps that you need to take or that you need to overcome to become omni-channel. First of all, you need your management to be aligned. The second, your sales team needs to be fully aware of the fact and the importance of going omni-channel, and so on. I can spend more than an hour on that, on the transition, but that's not my point. In fact, the real aim of our omni-channel strategy is to get a unique shopping experience for our customers. Very, very important for us. And there are some 5 omni-channel approaches that we are taking within those omni-channel strategy. Customer centricity, content strategy, expertise is very important. Click and collect and all the connections between those different channels is very important. So click and collect is also extended range. That's a major part of our range of products, and of course unique shopping experience and a visual experience that we want to offer to our customers. Of course, we do it for our customers, and these are pictures from outdoor customers, but as I've told, there are also fashion customers, of course, and you cannot put the customer into one single corner, let's say. But customer centricity across our channels is very important, and that's the first approach that we are taking. So whether our customers go into our stores, go interact with us by our customer care team, by phone, by mail, by live chat, by social media, whatever. If they connect with us by shopping online, if they connect with us via a combination of those channels, we still want to focus on the customer. We love them and we embrace them. So that's very important that via every channel there is the same level of customer centricity and customer-centric approach. Very important. The second one is content, because the customer needs to get the content. And by offering high quality goods, that's what we are offering, by selling brands that are very qualitative, our customers want also experience and want also a story. In our stores, they can get the story by our thousands of sales staff members, which are very experienced in hiking, climbing the Himalaya, whatever. They can get on a one-on-one approach the story by our sales staff. In our online business, it's a bit more difficult. And by creating our new websites, it's a key focus that we want to inspire our customers to in our online channels, by creating expertise articles, by creating lookbooks, by getting in touch with our sales team via a live chat system, and so on. So the stories and the inspiration and the experience that we want to offer to our customers is very important. This is a snippet of our A.S.Adventure website, which is the content overview page where a customer can select the different departments, can get access to yeah, really well-written content articles written by our sales staff teams or written by our experts. Very important for us. Click and collect is booming. Yes, it is. When I see the figures, in 2 years' time, click and collect has doubled. And for me as an e-commerce manager, it's a good thing because that means that our customers want the knowledge, want the product information also online, but they find our stores also very important, and um, the expertise and the visual merchandising and the expertise that that our sales staff have, they find it also very important. So we see that in the past 2 years, the click and collect figures have doubled. So for us, it's also a reason why we are still investing in our stores, and we are still renovating our stores, making our stores bigger, getting a lot more retail theater, as we call it. For us, that's very important aspect. Extended range. That's for us also the fourth omni-channel approach that we are taking. What is extended range? For those who don't know this concept, is that we can have all the products online of, for example, the brands Jack Wolfskin. We cannot put all the products, all the thousands, 2,000 products, I think, of Jack Wolfskin, all into all of our stores. It's not possible. So our buying and merchandising team buy or order some selection of the normal range products, but we can get the full assortment of Jack Wolfskin online, and we can offer it to the customers via our online channel, but also via our stores using our in-store omni-channel screens. So those screens are placed into our stores to even higher up our assortment, our styles, our amount of styles, in fact. And it can be that the extended range offering is providing extra styles. So if you are ordering as a retailer, let's say 100 styles in jackets, Jack Wolfskin, maybe you can offer those 100 in the store, but maybe you can offer 1,000 jackets, Jack Wolfskin, on the screens. So extra styles is an important factor, but also extra colors, extra sizes, and all provided in our screens and in our online business, in fact. I give always the example of me getting into a store in Brussels, in an A.S.Adventure store, and I went there, and my preference color of clothing is blue. Maybe you can see it. Um, and I was walking through the store. Yeah, and my socks too. Um, and I walked through the store, and I saw there a down jacket of Fjallraven, and it was there only in a green color, but I don't like green. And there was and immediately there was a sales staff team member who said, "Oh, but I can order you this jacket in two other colors of blue." For me, this was a real unique shopping experience. So just to give a real example, it's real happened. So that's the fourth approach that we are taking. We want our customers, or we want to offer our customers, a complete view or a complete offering of brands and of products. And the fifth approach that we are taking is the visual experience. In our stores, we pay a lot of attention to our visual merchandising of our stores, but we want to also do this onto our websites. And we want to inspire them with big visuals in our new website. So these are some snippets of our new website. So the home page, the content overview page, the lookbook page, the product detail page. We are offering our customers big visuals to inspire them a lot more. And in our previous website of A.S.Adventure, for example, but you will see it also on the Bever, Bever website at the moment. The Bever website is not implemented yet on Adobe Experience Manager, but it will come in the beginning of December. But we want to take a next step and to inspire them more with a lot of big images, or that we shoot ourselves. We go 4 times a year. We go shooting and shooting video and shooting pictures on location. But we get also a lot of qualitative visuals of our brands, of course. So that's our visual experience. And here you can see also an example of our stores. These are snippets, but the left snippet is one of our stores which did reopen 2 weeks ago. We moved in Ghent, in Belgium, in Ghent. We moved from a 800 square meter store to a store of 3,000 square meters in a historical building. And we did also, it was also the case with a store in Antwerp. It's the picture on the right, which we rebuilt a store in an old banking building. So if you are in Antwerp or in Ghent or in all the other countries that we are located in, please give us a visit, because me, even as an e-commerce manager, I still keep supporting also the bricks and mortar stores, of course. How to take the next step, because running and developing an omni-channel strategy, we are doing this for 5-6 years now, but how can we take the next step as a retailer? We are taking the next step, or we want to take the next step, creating a single customer view offline and online. So for us, it's very important that we will get all the customer data of the online business and the offline data into one system. We will do it by Adobe Analytics, for example. But for us, relevance and personalization is key. There are some next steps that we need to take, but we are taking these now. We are doing now the implementations to get us as future-proof as possible. 1.5 years ago, we've made a strategic decision to stop outsourcing our e-commerce and IT developments. That was for us a strategic decision, because for us as a retailer, as a group, e-commerce and omnichannel was getting too important to solely outsource. So what did we do? We started to hire an internal team of developers, powered with some help by Ronnie's team, by IDA Media Foundry, to get also the knowledge and the expertise in-house. So an internal team of developers, a team of 25 developers at the moment, powered with some external developers and external consultants from Explore Group and IDA Media Foundry. So for us, it was very crucial, it was very key that we wanted to become more flexible than we were yesterday, that we are getting more knowledge in-house, and indeed, as I've put on the slide, a mixed team of internal and external developers and consultants. But without any platform, you cannot keep the internal team of developers busy. So we've started or we start working or we started a partnership with Adobe too. And the first step that we did take was implementing Adobe Experience Manager because we wanted all of our websites of the whole group onto one single platform, which would be Adobe Experience Manager, and we wanted to put it on one platform with all different look and feels, of course, because these are all different brands, but all implemented on one platform. Also Adobe Campaign, Adobe Analytics, Adobe Target, and maybe in the future, Adobe Audience Manager. But we aren't there yet. Let me explain. So on Adobe Experience Manager, we've put our websites live. 8 of the 15 websites are now live on the new platform. There are still 7 to come, and maybe some more in the future if we will create some new concepts. You never know. But with those websites, we wanted to inspire, as I've told, show the expertise. Conversion is very important for us, of course. And by creating those in-house developments, there is a very short line between IT development and business. Yeah, really, it really is. It's 1 minute walk for me from my office to the internal development team. So if I should put on the roadmap something on front, then we can achieve this very quickly. Adobe Campaign, that was the second decision that we took in getting a single customer view, but because that was the aim. That would be our mailing platform, in fact, for all our operational emails, but also our marketing emails. And by connecting Adobe Experience Manager with Adobe Campaign, in the future, we will get also, or our customers will get also some emails like an abandoned session mail, for example, by interacting those two solutions with each other. And in the future too, we will get a full integration with AEM by using the AEM components into our mails. So that's Adobe Campaign. Then Adobe Analytics, at the moment we are implementing Adobe Analytics because for us it was a choice to make between implementing Google Analytics Premium, or implementing Adobe Analytics. And for us, the decision was easily made because data ownership was for us very important. So by implementing Adobe Analytics, we can also put all the offline data and our online data into one analytics tool. And by doing this, for example, if a customer is orienting himself on jackets, for example, and he is on a product detail page of a jacket, then normally via our online marketing channels, they will get a lot of banners with those jackets. But what if a customer has bought this jacket already in one of our stores? Then we are still pushing visuals and marketing with this particular jacket. That's not that fun for our customer, of course. That's annoying. That's not the relevance and the personalization that we want to offer that for our customers. So by implementing Adobe Analytics, we can achieve a more personalized view on that. And I see on my screen that I should talk a little bit more faster. So Adobe Target we will implement for our personalization and also to A/B test a lot, because creating a new website is also maybe a bit tricky because our approach is that different, is much more different than before. We've moved from a horizontal bar of navigation to a left side navigation, and we did a lot, or we do a lot of things different in a different way than we used to do before. So a lot of A/B testing will be needed too, and also to provide a more personalized look and feel of our websites. And Audience Manager, Adobe Audience Manager is not yet signed. Sorry, Adobe, but that's the Valhalla, in fact, because we want to use our online marketing budget much more efficient than we do today. And by implementing or by using Adobe Audience Manager, we are sure that we will achieve this too. So a lot of things we are doing, a lot of things will do in the future, but we are taking decisions as a retailer, as a group, by economies of scale. Yeah, a lot of things we are doing now. We are taking the decisions now to get us as future-proof as possible. So those are some of our solutions that we are handling, or that we are taking care of. There are a lot more, of course, but we are still there is still one major thing that we keep always in mind. That's maybe the oldest value of all. That's customer first, and that's why we are here and why we are doing business. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Thomas, for that presentation, and Ronnie, of course, for the introduction. So, not that many questions came in, so you've probably been extremely clear. And I think honestly, you have been. Well, there they come, of course. When I say that, then the questions come in. So there is one person in the audience asking you, can you tell a bit more about the social channels and your approach to that?
Yeah. It's a very good question, because on Monday we did have a demo of Adobe Livefire, for example. Our social channels are for us also very important. And on some channels we are doing it better than on other channels. For example, at A.S.Adventure, for us at the brand A.S.Adventure, content is key. And we do have a lot of presence on Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, of course. And we see also in Belgium, for example, that a lot more customers interact with us by posing questions about where is my order, also very operational questions, in fact, than they did 1 year ago. So we see an emergence of the growth in socials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that extra information. I'll say one more final question. We're already over time, so one final one here we got from the audience. So, once a customer in the physical store buys a product, how do you link that to their online presence and their journey online?
Sonia, I don't know where Sonia is. Hello. That's also a very good question. And at the moment we are not doing it. So that's a major step that we want to take, because it's very irritating if we do that. But at the moment I do not have an answer on this. These are one step that we should overcome in the future. Yeah.
Okay, well, you got to have things on the roadmap, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We got to keep busy as marketeers, and we've got so many things to tackle in these exciting times. So with that, I want to give a warm welcome, a warm applause for our speakers, Thomas again, and Ronnie.
Thank you.